what you got to play. Generic drops for days, still the people rage. Am I not insane? Can you stop and explain why these drops are so lame? Is money buying you fame? I'm fucking on, I'm killing it with this song. You haters can sing along or go back where you belong. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with giving up, moving on. Cause I took your girl to prom, she can't help but sing this song. Till the roof comes off, till the lights go out, till my legs give out, can't shut my mouth, till the smoke clears out, and my high parass. I'ma rip this shit till my bones collapse. Till the roof comes off, till the lights go out, till my legs give out, can't shut my mouth, till the smoke clears out, and my high parass. I'ma rip this shit till my bones collapse. So on like a light switch, flirting back. There's nothing wrong with the way that she's working that. I just want that body bad, come on baby, bring it back. I'm so gone, faded off a 30 rack. She's so on like a light switch, flirting back. There's nothing wrong with the way that she's working that. I just want that body bad, come on baby, bring it back. I rap with a passion, yeah, I got it in me. I've been waiting quite a long time for y'all to hear me. It's about damn time you put some stock into me. You're either sponsoring me or fucking bothering me. And the fact is, we just practice all this madness. That is why your status is like a canvas. Chances our advancement is enhancing, and this new expansion's like a mansion. Comes off till the lights go out, till my legs give out, can't shut my mouth, till the smoke clears out, and my high parass. I'ma rip this shit till my bones collapse. Till the roof comes off, till the lights go out, till my legs give out, can't shut my mouth, till the smoke clears out, and my high parass. I'ma rip this shit till my bones collapse.
Stand up! Special! Chest out!
Do not move!
Turn lights higher!
Pectoral squeeze! I am king of Wakanda. Just kidding. It's Jafrica.
It's Jafrica.
An hour ago. And no one else should be king after me because it's over.
Alright. Basically, today we're just gonna talk about what we've been through in our lives and what basically drove us to become the people we are. What gave us the qualities that have made us successful. What have given us the qualities that are going to continue to make us successful. They're going to take us to a next level in the industry, and just basically talk about everything that the kind of just the deeper stuff that drives honestly most of us that are in the gym. I feel like almost everybody has some sort of reason, some sort of background, some kind of evil within them that most people have to pull out. And I've always been a big believer in that's therapy. And I feel like a lot of people feel that way as well.
I think that, just adding to that, like, people have no idea how much is in them, and so as a result, they always sell themselves short, you know what I'm saying? And they never look at the experience as power, because when you go through anything in life, it gives you strength. Yeah. You just have to be strong enough to take it. And a lot of people, they spend their time not being able to be willing or have the extra effort or listen to certain individuals who could help them become great. Right. Instead, they just kind of come back into their shell and they never ever see the existence of what they could be. Right. And so being able to have challenges equals power for the both of us, I would say.
Yeah, I completely agree. The car accident, everybody always tells me like how amazing the overcoming this car accident has been. Mm-hmm. And like, yeah, I feel that. Like I appreciate when people tell me that, because like I get it. It's not something that people every day come back from this quickly or this easily. But if you knew about the rest of my life, that's why like people who deeply know me, the second the accident happened, knew I'd be right back, because I don't fucking quit. I've been through some crazy shit in my life. I've been through a lot of shit that has built me to become the person I am, the relentless person that I am. So a little car accident was absolutely not going to be able to stop me, And it's like the second it happened, that day, of course, I was depressed. You know, I was under anesthesia, so I was screaming about killing myself for the whole entire day. But the next day, the first thing I woke up and I was like, wow, that was a blessing. You know, I woke up and I was like, wow, like this is a bad, like, this is terrible that this is happening, but like, wow, this is gonna make me so much better than I already was. You know, it was like the second it happened, I realized I was like, you know, I'm always looking for ways to like level up, ways to get better, you know, ways to move up. And it was like when the accident happened, I saw it as an opportunity, not something to hold me back. I saw it as like, you know, this is going to be, you know, this could help begin building your legacy. This is going to help give me the grounds to talk about the things I want to talk about, the things that I've already been through, and it has. You know, I mean, how many of you have followed me or subscribed to my YouTube since the accident? You know, probably a majority of you. You know, not like the accident was like, what's the word I'm trying to use there? It's not like the accident was
the center of, you know, your focus.
Yeah, but I mean, basically what I'm trying to say is, you know, it gave me that stage for people to be like, wow, this kid's motivational, and you know, this kid's inspiration, has a lot of wisdom, you know, this kid knows a lot. You know, it gave me that stage for people to like listen to me, and now I feel like, you know, I can really change some lives, I can really do some big things.
Yeah, we met. That's where we met.
So, yeah. Yep, that was right after the accident too. You know, right after the accident. That same day, actually, I met Derek Lunsford. He came up to me. He was bullshitting with me. He came up to me. He shook my hand. He said, "You know," he said, "I'm Derek Lunsford," and I just looked at him like, "Did you have to introduce yourself?" Like, I know exactly.
I don't know who you are.
Right. I was like, "Yeah, I know who you are, man." Like, you know, you've been on the face of the poster of this show for, you know, like 6 months now. You know, you and Guy, kind of hard to miss. But yeah, I met Derek that day. He had a lot of good things to say. But the biggest thing was though, is he looked at me and he was like, dude, he was like, you know, accident or no accident, he was like, you had that locked up. He's like, so, you know, he was actually one of the ones that he was like, dude, as soon as the next national show you can do it. He was like, because I know you're a pro card, you know, you're right there for your pro card. Guy said the same thing. I met Guy the next day. Guy said, you know. And Guy had a lot of good stuff to say. You know, he actually stayed here. He had a seminar here.
Yeah.
He stayed here and talked to me and my girlfriend for 3 hours after the seminar, just bullshitting about life. You know, bullshit. Yeah, bullshit about real shit. You know what I mean? Not just, you know.
Well, you get pros that come in and they just talk about virtually, you know, oh yeah, just keep it up, big fella.
Right. Yeah.
Thanks.
Cookie cutter.
I would have done it anyway.
Right. And I mean, like, you know, it's like people like Guy. You know, you never know what to get because like he's that badass type of hardcore kind of guy. You know, you don't know if you don't know the guy. You know, you don't know if whenever you meet him in person if you're gonna get just a dick.
Right.
Which majority of the time you're not ever gonna get that with anybody who has that kind of persona. But you know, you don't know if you're gonna get that or if you're gonna get a guy who's gonna be so transparent that it's almost like you almost feel like you're not talking to a pro.
But he's so humble that he shoots the breeze and literally can take his time and talk to you.
Right. Oh yeah, absolutely, dude. That seminar lasted 3 hours, 4 hours, like 3 or 4 hour seminar. And I was in a wheelchair too, man. I'm kicked back in my wheelchair, my feet are up, feet keep going numb and stuff. I'll keep like making my girlfriend sit.
You wanna give me some protein chips? Real quick, now.
Yeah, no, he had a lot of good stuff to say.
Would you say that accident definitely elevated you?
Oh my God, that accident changed me completely. It changed my relationship, not even just my relationship with my girlfriend. It changed all my relationships. You know, me and my girl were going through, you know, some stuff at that point that we had never, you know, it was the first like rocks we ever hit in our relationship. And I think because we had both been taken back so much by each other in the beginning that now that we're hitting this rough patch, we thought it was just dying, we thought it was done. So, you know, both of us were at that point of like, you know, we don't know if it's gonna make it. We were still fighting. And then the accident happened. It was like, right after the accident, it was like complete change for both of us. Like, we both just realized, you know, how much we appreciate each other. And it was beyond that though, it was like life. Like both of us changed how we lived life. You know, we both went from like negative and like all we were ever talking about was ourselves. You know, all we were ever talking about was fights between us or our own selves in prep. Like it was not healthy at all. Now, you know, all we talk about honestly is, I don't even know what we talk. We fuck around literally all day. But like, you know, back then there was negative vibes. After the accident, we appreciate everything. You know, like we were able to go outside and we both just take a deep breath. Like we get to come out here. You know, we started slowly realizing like the life that a year ago when we started dating, we had both talked about this life that we wanted. You know, we wanted to do nothing but bodybuilding. We wanted to have nothing but bodybuilding surrounding us. We wanted to make money doing nothing but bodybuilding, focusing on bodybuilding. You know, we wanted to be able, we wanted a big sponsorship. I wanted Redcon specifically. God bless, I got Redcon. But, you know, we wanted Redcon. You know, whenever I started learning about Jed North, I set out to get Jed North. That one I went out of my way to get. But, you know, like all the sponsorships, we said we wanted these things. The money, it's not like we make good money or anything, you know, I'm still broke, but I'll be transparent. I'm still broke as hell.
But that money will come.
But the reality is right now I make money doing what I love. I don't do anything else. And this has been, the last few months of my life have been the absolute greatest months of my life. That since the accident has been the best I've ever lived. You know what I mean? Like, since then I said I'm never working 6-7 days a week again, ever. I will never do that again. I will always give at least 2 days to my loved ones, to my friends, you know, to spend time, to relax, to be happy. And that was one, you know, that was one of the things that the day of the accident, I was very flustered. I was a week out, I was gaining weight, I was late to work. You know, I was just, you know, I don't think me and Jenny were fighting, but I'm sure we had like the day before. You know, like it was just like a lot going on. Like I was starting to get like, I was becoming super negative. You know, and like I was working so much, 4 fucking jobs. You know, I wasn't just working here at that time. I was working here 3 days a week, working at GNC the other 4 days a week, and then bouncing at 2 different clubs.
Well, you was working like you didn't want to live.
Yeah, right. Well, that's what I mean. Like I was busting ass, but I had to.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, at that time we had just got an apartment. You know, we at that time were paying for both of our preps. I wasn't doing any coaching, so it was like, you know, we had to get it like that. And like somehow, no matter how much I make in a month, no matter, I could make 10 grand in a month. It does not matter. All of it finds a way to get blown. It is magical.
That's all
It is magical.
I think for me,
I think Jenny has something to do with that.
I think for me, like people look at me and they're like, man, you got a lot of tattoos. Yeah, I do. It's all life story stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like for me, it was about being able to survive. Like when I was 4 years old, my mom was murdered. And you know, I had a brother and I had a sister, and then it was me, and then my dad was never in the picture. And then eventually I lived with my grandma for a little while, and then I moved into this house where I was like crazy abused for years, and then, you know, I'm trying to summarize it. Then I moved back with my grandma, and then eventually I got adopted, and I went through, you know, what I went through. But ultimately, it felt like in the beginning of my life, like life was trying to kill me. In every aspect it could. You know what I'm saying? But it was never strong enough because life has never met a man like me. You know what I'm saying? And I mean it from a shoe perspective. Like these are my shoes. You know what I'm saying? So for me to be able to elevate my mind on a consistent basis, I'll tell you one freak story. So the point where I decided to have help, I was in my grandma's house, right? And I was all kinds of crazy. I was throwing stuff. You know, I was in my little tantrum, you know. I had no dreads back then, so I couldn't shake them. I was definitely a rebel. So, you know, but I remember I got so mad, and I was like, just all I saw was just black and red.
Right.
And I threw this light bulb, okay? It's on the carpet. Light bulbs aren't supposed to bounce. Swear to God, that's my grandma. Bounce, smacked her in the forehead. No joke. And eventually, you know, in my emotion, you know, snapped me all out of it. I was like, you know, and it was like this big heap, like, oh my God, I just hurt my grandma.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the person that did everything for
Yeah.
me. So, you know, and that was the time that I decided that I wanted, you know, counseling. And for me, like I always wanted more. And I've never not wanted myself to be great because I knew that no matter what I did, no matter what decision or choice I made, it was up to my life to affect the many. Mm-hmm. So I was like, you know what? I have to take steps. It's either going to be harder or it's going to be easier with challenges.
Yeah.
And I'll take easier with challenges. That doesn't mean that my challenge won't feel like hell on earth.
Right.
But it meant that I had to fight tooth and nail in order to receive greatness. That's the problem with people. People always underestimate, not even just the ability, but they get stuck in survival mode. But they forget that there's a whole other skill set called thriving. And when they don't thrive, they never see it. They never see who they could be. So they're always the diamond in the rough, thinking that they're a diamond.
Yeah.
And it's all, and then you get the ego. You know what I mean? Like, my God, I'm handsome. You know what I'm saying? You get that. You get that almost Johnny Bravo. Mother, yes. Like, you know, and it's not. It's not this.
What was that
scene
Johnny
where you
Bravo
are.
pose? Wasn't that?
That boy, I don't know.
something like that.
The classic pose to all bodybuilders.
But no, I feel that though. I really feel
But that was the thing. Like for me, like it was recognizing and being strong enough to face who I was.
Right.
Because you can say like, oh, you know, I wanna beat this person or this is my, you know, rival or whatever. But there is no greater rival than yourself. So I had to look deep within myself and I had to say, all right, I'm messed up. And I'm not the best person on earth. You know what I'm saying? I got this evil side to me. Like it enjoyed taking, you know, having that much power when I was angry. But then I realized how weak it got me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't realize that.
It destroyed that anger, because I've dealt with a lot of anger issues in my life. That anger has destroyed so much in my life. Like one time I was in an argument with this girl, and I had punched right beside her head. I had zero intentions on hitting her.
Right.
You know, I absolutely wasn't gonna hit her, but I knew what I was doing. I knew I wanted to punch next to her. I knew I wanted to scare the fuck out of her. And the girl literally pissed herself and like fell down to the floor. Mm-hmm. And that to me, like that day, I just like kind of realized, I was like, dude, like that same day I destroyed my room. I mean, I destroyed, like I went to Bethany College, West Virginia, and anybody in faculty who's watching this, I'm sure you remember the holes in CV. CV was our dorms, and this particular day I walked out. First I destroyed my door to my room in my particular like apartment dorm. Destroyed my door completely, almost completely ripped it up.
Like walking down the door.
Oh no, but I punched it and the hole was way bigger than I expected, so I ripped that part of the hole down, ripped half of it down there, I just kicked the bottom off. Yes. Then I went outside, it was a light ass door. It was like a thin wood.
A door is a door. I don't care what it is.
It's a thin ass wood. There's like balsa wood.
That's because you diesel. Oh my God. Ice smoke.
It folded like I put my hand through it, folded a lot more, but either way. So I went to the front door, and the front door, I kicked it over, it was metal, and I kicked it and I bent the bolt and it broke open. Then I went outside and I punched, and I knew exactly where, because they had just redone the drywall, so they still had all the studs marked. So I literally walked down in between each stud the whole way down the hall, cracking holes the whole way down. I was just angry. I was just mad. There was nothing even to be mad about. I was frustrated over like.
But if you never see the.
It was probably over like I didn't eat or like I ran out of chicken.
Right.
And like type, you know what I mean, some dumb type shit. But like it would, so many times, even when I was standing up for the right thing, you know, it would get me in trouble. Like it got me banned from our school gym because one of the coaches wouldn't. One of my buddies got stuck at 315 on shoulder press. I mean, like right up on his nose, right? And he said, "Don't help him." He said he's not on the football team anymore. He quit. Don't help him. So I got mad. I threw my dumbbells down. I went and got it for him. I went over and I just pushed him. I was like, "You're a fucking bitch." I pushed him against the wall. Then he pushed me, so I grabbed him by the throat, put him against. It was a coach. So right there, that was. But you know what I mean, though. But like, what I'm saying though is that anger, uncontrolled anger, turns into. Always, it turns into some form of violence, some form of negativity, because it's a negative emotion. But there are ways to take anger and turn them into something positive. You're able to spin the negative into a positive if you know how to control it.
But I think that, like, for us, like, you know, if you're listening, I know it's running long, y'all, but if you're listening...
A lot of it's going to get cut, too, that's what I figured, yeah.
But if you're listening, the best thing that you could ever do for yourself is almost have, like, an AP mentality. Adrian Peterson, he runs angry, you know what I mean? But he's focused.
Right.
He's not
focused,
destroying everything around him. He's destroying with precision.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So in life, you have to destroy with precision. You have to use your emotions, tap into them, and let them literally have a focal point where you're able to throw everything into them. But don't throw so much focus. Right.
Without letting them control you.
Right.
Because the second you let your emotions control you, whether it's, even if it's happy, you can be happy as hell, and you're going to go make some happy-ass decision that is going to not benefit you because you were only happy when you did it. And then, you know, then you get back to normal life and you realize it was a dumbass decision. You know, it's like buying new shoes. You're happy, you're at the mall, you see these new shoes, you know you got money in your wallet, you fuck with the shoes, you buy the shoes, You get home, you realize you forgot to pay your cell phone bill. You're now $75 short of your cell phone bill because you just spent $85 on shoes.
Yeah. So,
but you know what I mean, though. Like, it's all emotion needs to be controlled but focused,
yeah.
and pushed towards the, some form of a goal. The best way to train that is short term in the gym.
Mm-hmm.
There's short term ways to train that, and there's long term ways. Which for me, it was about 2 years ago. I started changing the way I think, and I focused on nothing but positive things. Anything that was negative, and I'm talking like anything, any situation that came at me that made me feel some type of way, I'd straight up fucking ignore it. Like, at the time I was dating this girl, she'd come to me with a problem. I'm like, we're not good. We're like this close to breaking up. I'm like, I don't care. Like, why don't come in with this? If it's gonna be positive, we'll talk about it. But it's negative, we ain't gonna talk about it.
That boy said, "Good day."
Well, it's with that, with everything.
So many people, they forget. I don't care if you're in bodybuilding. I don't care if you have no hobbies. If you're a couch potato, you know what I'm saying? Like, the whole point of living is not to let your environment break you down,
right,
and to let your environment influence you to the extreme. As a person who is an individual that is literally limited edition, mint condition, there's
right,
no one that will ever be like you. It is up to you to literally bend your environment around you. And so many people think that it's the opposite.
Right.
And it's really sad because, like, you can talk to whoever and they'll be like, oh man, 33 years ago, such and such happened. You shouldn't even care about that.
Right.
Because maybe 10 years ago or 15 or 20, you should have fixed that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, crutches only last for so long. Like you're no longer in crutches.
Right.
You're no longer in the wheelchair.
Yeah.
You got up. You know what I'm saying? You're walking.
Yep.
You're doing some leg workouts. You're posing. There's a difference. That's the same correlation in life. You got to get up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't let that toxin literally be the
Right.
reason
No matter
why
what
you
it is.
cannot.
Right.
And that's why my goal literally became, okay, all right, I got so many goals. What do I do? Which one do I choose? And I believe that my purpose in life is to literally feed the mind of masses, just a mass amount of people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I picked up everything I could sponge up. Everything.
Right.
From whomever I thought was wise. You can learn anything. You can learn anything from a homeless man. Just one little tidbit change your whole life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not about being bougie. It's not about, oh, I'm better than you, or I grew up like this. We both grew up not so great.
Right.
And the thing is,
And
going into greatness.
Right.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
even-
Greatness has no woman, man,
Right.
whatever. Like, it has no preference. If you work hard, day in and day out, damned if you won't, you're gonna make it. You
Right.
will make it.
Right.
But you gotta put that 2 cents in.
Right.
That
And that goes too, people that are privileged, people that come up, a little bit better than maybe we did. Maybe a little bit more money, maybe a little bit more love, maybe a little bit better of a high school career, type shit like that. That's not to say that those people, I've seen people like that have been handed a lot of stuff, and I watched them bust their ass.
Yeah.
And it's like they turn great so quick, but reality of it is though, is most of the time a diamond is made under pressure. And again, that's why I said that first, is that I've seen greatness come out of pampered lifestyle. It's not that's like, I'm not saying that's like a bad thing, but like I've seen people who have had everything, they were born into everything, and they end up coming out still with everything because they busted their ass. But then majority of the time, it's diamonds that are made under pressure. It's people that were put under the hardest shit and had to deal with just some stuff that you really wouldn't believe sometimes. It was actually funny whenever the accident happened. There was one thing I remember. There's a few things, but one thing spiritually that out of like the 5 total memories I have of the accident was I was laying in the hospital bed. I was like about to go to surgery. They had just set my leg and I wouldn't calm down. So I was like throwing stuff, pushing doctors away from me, kicking. I got broken legs and I'm over here kicking. I'm not letting any doctors in. They went and got my girlfriend. So she came back and she grabbed my hand and she whispered in my ear and said, "He's right here. It's okay. He's right here." And at that moment, it was like I literally heard him. Like I heard him. He was like, "You're fine. You're gonna be fine. I'm right here." He was like, "This is just another step." And like when I say I hear him, I mean like I've only actually can genuinely pinpoint his voice like maybe 3 times in my life if I don't listen to a video first. And this particular day, I heard it so clearly. I heard it like like I've never heard it before. You know, and to me, you know, I'd watched this video Ray Lewis said whenever he was in jail, he whisper came to his ear and said, "Can you hear me now?" To me, that instance was my "Can you hear me now" moment. That was God saying, "I've given you everything, everything you have asked for, I have given you, and you still took it for granted all the way to that point. You know, that you still, you know, act like you're better than people. You still act like this bodybuilding, and you are bigger than bodybuilding. You still act like you're bigger than me." And right after that accident, that was the biggest thing that changed. I swear I felt God that day, and since then it's been nothing but, you know, how can I serve God? How can I be better as a person? You know, what do I need to do to never be that person that I was again? Because I loved where I was in bodybuilding, but I fucking hated myself. You know, I really did, and that was something that I thought would never happen to me again after high school.
So, yeah, but let's, you know what I'm saying, we gonna see a lot more of us. You know, we gonna make all these little dreams. Actually, they're quite large.
Yeah, big ass dreams come true. That's right.
Dreams will come true because we're willing to work for them, and so should you.
Yes, sir.
You know?
Yes, sir. All right, guys. Until next time, stay positive and stay blessed.